people pay access to this website, and the website is live streams of people's webcams. And those people don't know that their webcams are on.
Sheesh. Let's go.
Joey, do the intro.
This is the FireCast. Welcome to Fire. Oh, damn. Why did that even sound? Why did that sound good? I feel like DC would be like, he'd be in one of the, do you know how they do the dance? They do the dance and DC would literally be in a loincloth with like.
Can't everyone do that? I thought everyone could do
The fucking duck. It sounds like a duck.
Yeah. Donald Duck has a vibrator.
It does sound like Donald Duck.
Oh my god. Welcome back to the fucking FireCast, yo.
Let's go.
Episode 125, boys. Cheers.
Fucking oath. Cheers.
Salut.
Here we go. DZ, I wanted to start with you because you told me you did a little something over the weekend. Give us a little rundown.
Man.
What happened, man?
I had
us
a good
all.
weekend. I had a drink on the weekend.
So you broke the streak.
Yeah, it was my mate's Bucks party. Right, we went go karting, then we went lawn bowls, and then we went on a pub crawl. And I thought, fuck it, man. Like I'm not opposed. I never was opposed. It's not. I'm not fucking strict of it. But I only had 4 beers. I had 4 beers. And
How was it though?
Yeah,
Because
it was
you've been having
boring.
when you had beer, you've been having the fake beer, right? Did you notice the difference, or was it like a placebo thing where even though there might not have been much of a difference, sometimes you have it and you associate it with like, I don't know. I never really enjoyed a beer thoroughly, but I'm sure you have in the past, right? Did you have that same enjoyment that you did for beer before you had this little time off?
The only thing I like about beer is the taste and sitting down, having a cold beer and chilling.
Like, it's the social side of it.
But I like it, and then so I always knew I was gonna like it. That so when I had the beers, that's why I was having it. I wasn't gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, of course.
I have a couple beers, and then I had 4, and I was like, yeah, fuck.
And there was no little voice in your head going, "Hey Dylan, it's been so long since you've got drunk."
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I actually,
Good.
I'm surprised at how little I wanted to keep drinking. I was like,
that's
good.
I was the same. I felt the same. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could just not be drinking. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone becomes a loser at some point. You just got to come.
And then I was back up at the gym at 5 next morning.
That's the thing, man. It's good to just see that you got to hold on that shit because a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I just wasn't a big
yeah,
drinker.
and it's hard because especially in Australia, everywhere really, right? It's so like it's the social norm to just, you know what I mean? And with some people as well, it's not just the social cue to just go for a drink. It's also it loosens your takes the edge off a bit for some people that maybe get social anxiety or awkward. You know what I mean?
You loosen up.
Yeah. So it would be hard to go out and not do that at all. Period.
But go karting was fun. I came last. No surprise to anyone.
Yeah.
I'm too.
You were safe.
I'm too safe.
He's like using his blinkers and shit.
No, bro. Like I'm going fast, right? And then the corners, I'm braking around the corners because I don't want to fucking spin out and flip the thing or fucking, you know what I mean? Because I feel like the thing's gonna fucking flip and all these cunts are passing me. I'm like, aren't these the same speed? How the fuck?
Was the person flagging you down, telling you to stay in the?
Nah, I wasn't that
middle?
bad. I was going like normal, but just compared to how boys are,
Yeah,
but compared
of
to all
course.
these guys, bro, they were flogging it and shit. I'm like, how are these cunts going so fast?
I thought these were the same speed.
Do you have like that? I don't think personally I have that competitive edge when it comes to like shit like that with mates. I'm just kind of like, are you competitive when you're out there, or are you just like, bro, I'm here to just drive the thing and that's it? Or are you trying to like, I want to get at least not third or?
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to do good, and I'm like, I wish I didn't come last. At least,
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The person who came second last was Pierce. He's the same as me, bro.
Yeah, he's still looking down on you. He's still like,
Well, see, me and my mates are the complete opposite. Last time we did go-karting, it was like me, Brad, Cody, we were like full trying to ram each other off the road and shit. We were that competitive trying to win. Like, we're so bad, bro.
the last time I went, I was on a mate's bucks in Cessnock. I don't know why we went there. It was we were the life of the party on the night out. Like there was nothing happening there.
Yes, Cessnock, that's a random
And we went
spot.
go-karting, right? And me and my mates had edibles about 2 hours before go-karting.
That'd be
so
fun.
right, and then so the first, or maybe about an hour and a half, and they were late to kick in because we had lunch recently, right? So the first lap, I was like going like kind of what you said described. You're like, you weren't like fanging it around, but you were still trying to go quick, right? It went from that to me being like, yeah, I got this. The second lap, because you have a little break and you let the next people go, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden I get strapped in and I realize how low I am to the ground and how like this thing is like, you're not going to flip it. You got to really fucking fake it to flip that. They're so low to the ground, right? But I just realized my own, like, it's like my own mortality kicked in. And I went from that competitive, I'm not competitive, but that ego thing of like even trying to win, right? I went from that to like, I'm trying to survive life right now in this thing. And I was so bad. That's why I told you the girls and the guy for the flags were like, stay in your left lane, because I was that slow. If I didn't hug the center,
you're gonna cause an accident.
Yeah, because you can't just be like this, right? So I was literally, and I was like, and as soon as I would go, I forgot how to. You know how you got to cut angles at a certain way so you can do a smooth transition. I just lost all ability, and I was like, and it became me just like being like a. I'm just like, I'm a casual driver driving 10 to 2 hands on the wheel.
Oh my God. It is fun though, man.
It is.
In other news, the album is out.
Bro.
What do you think?
Bro, that's hey, all of these motherfuckers are you don't know what the fuck I'll be coughing up.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Bro, your lyrics, your production, it's crazy.
Thank
and
you
I don't know if I said this in a voice memo recently, but I'm getting so well at, I don't have to try. Your bars are intricate. That's what I'm trying to say. But you know, a lot of people can't hear bars because they can't keep up. I've caught up enough.
You know, like what he's saying.
I don't have to like lock in as much to like that I do with some other rappers than I do with you. I can just hear it and take in the productions at the same time, because sometimes it's hard to do both. And it just works so well, bro. That was you sent me that, and that was the first song off the bat. I'm like, that's my favorite. And then the next one came on, bro. Why are we drowning?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes, after you said that's your favorite, I went,
I don't know why.
Let me just listen to it again, because a good album, like anything, you know, appreciation comes from more than one play.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon. Some songs straight away. For me, Heavy was just it was hit me hard. I don't know. The rapping was so old school, but like the flow was like beyond its time. It's so weird, but the production together. Yeah, it's getting crazy, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, because I was dog whistling. I was dog whistling so hard with that album, but then when I was listening to it again, like the other day in the car,
dog whistling. Yeah, I know.
When I was listening to it again in the car, I was like, oh my God, the quality is nuts. I was like, the quality, because then like that would come on, then other songs would come on, and I'd be like, bro, this is like literally on par. I was like, holy shit. And I was like so gassed. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, fucking, we got this shit.
I'm playing. I forgot my headphones at work the other day. So when I was working, I had my phone in my top pocket and I was playing the new album. And then Ruan, shout out to Ruan for the apprentice from Precision. He's just like, oh yeah, like is that the, because I told him we'll do a show, and I told him we sold out the other one, do this one. And he goes, I'm like, I held DZ up to his ear, and I'm like, I got my hand on his shoulder, and then the butt end of my phone in his ear, like it doesn't even need to be that close, and I'm like, and all of a sudden we've gone from working to like.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so thank you for everyone listening and sharing. It's been popping off, man. Especially Reverie is still popping. Spotify is still pushing the fuck out of that, man. All the streams, every last 24 hours, it's all radio, all just new people engaging, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
So I'm very grateful, man. I don't know why we got lucky with Spotify with that one, but.
About fucking time they give us
what
some
it is?
juice, bro.
I'll tell you, it's just consistency.
Yes.
All it is,
do you think that they are not saying it's an actual person? Maybe it's an AI thing, right? But do they just get to know the more you're in their shit? They're like, FriendlyFire, DZ, FriendlyFire. And then you got someone like once a month. Yeah. Like, you're going to remember the guys that are showing up.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. And getting like the numbers. You know what I mean?
It depends too on pre-saves, playlist saves. So if people actually save your song to their personal playlist, if people pre-save it before it drops, and then they see the interest. And that's why I always say to pre-save the shit, because it makes a big difference when people pre-save. Yeah. But yeah.
What's the benefits of pre-saving?
Man. So basically,
I think they just send you a text message when the song's out and shit like that.
That's it. You get a notification saying Friendly Fire drop.
Yeah.
So it's a reminder that the song's coming out. So
the rich white Spotify owner's got his cigar in his suit, and he's just finally gone, yeah, push their song out. These motherfuckers been sending us shit for like 8 years. Fucking push their song out.
It's the collabs too, man.
That is the one.
If you're an artist and don't pay for playlisting and shit, man. I've done it in the past. It's all bullshit, man. Never do it. They know it's fake. They know you're paying for shit, and you're better off. You're wasting your money. You're better off paying for features. Pay for a feature, someone you fuck with, someone you like, who's just a bit above you on your level, and do a dope song, man. Like, that's why I love working with the dudes I work with, because their fan bases are similar. Like Jazz. I always hammer home Jazz because he's such a fucking talented, good dude, man. And his fan base is the same. He raps the same.
It's funny because
we come together, we kill it,
because money can't even buy you the attention that you need to succeed. Do you know what I mean? That's like you like you said, you pay for the fake shit, whatever. You pay for the subscribe. Did you say you pay for the listens?
You can pay for services where they'll say we'll put you on a playlist,
okay. But then, like you said, but they know that you're doing that, and it's not authentic. You can't get the people to love you by doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are, they are just bots, and then you have you know what I mean? I don't know.
One real fan is worth way more than 10,000 fake streams.
Yeah.
One real play on your song is worth way more than 10,000 fake streams. So don't do that shit, ever. Don't ever do that shit. It'll hurt your career in the long run.
It's, I feel like this shit's on a steady, it wasn't a steady, and now I feel like it's on such a steep incline.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I feel like, don't you think it's like, instead of being like, good moment in your music, like in your life in terms of music happening, instead of it's so sporadic, it's starting to like, I don't know,
it's
lately.
picking up.
You know what I mean? Even the shows really, bro, doing shows, other than even people just talking about, hey, I went to see a show, Synergy, and it was mad. How often do they do it? I think they do it 3 times a year. We can go to the next one. Even shit from that, like the show I think the show, keep that as a kind of semi-regular thing. Man.
How are we going for tickets with that anyway?
So we're literally down to like the last handful, and like by last handful I mean like under 10. But we've been stuck there now for a couple of days, so no doubt any day now they're going to be gone. So yeah, you guys literally, like we said last episode, it's like literally now or never, because there's still, with how many tickets left, I can still, like I said, think of like a couple more people on top that haven't got tickets yet that said they want to come. And now it's just a race of, it's basically now who's going to miss out, not who's coming. Everyone who's bought their tickets, sick cunts. The main people that I really want there have got their tickets and they're going to be there. But now the rest of you, it's like, which one of you dickheads are going to miss out now? So, yeah. The album, great shit, man. Great fucking shit. Like, because like I said, towards the end, man, goddamn, I was dog whistling, man. I was like, goddamn. I remixed and mastered that shit 3 times. Every single song.
It was so clean. Like, even in my car, it's fucking clean.
And that's what in the car I was driving, and I had it playing just on soft volume, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, the quality is like, this is unreal. Yeah. And like for a split second, I was just cruising, listening to the album, forgetting it was us. Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, this is nuts. I was like, this is fucking nuts. So we've come a long way, man.
And
it's
even going back to old albums and stuff, like it's such a big...
Oh, the quality is immense. The difference.
You know what I mean? Even those throwbacks you were posting of you in that jacket.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
even there, bro. That feels like a decade ago. Why does that feel like 10 years ago?
It's funny. I finished work today and I had a weird feeling pop up. I was walking to the car and it was like a feeling like, hard to explain, but like now I got to go to my real job. Like this was a real job. Like I had this weird feeling. Like it was like a weird good feeling. I was like excited. Yeah. Like, you know, when you get that unexplained excitement, it's like, you know, something's popping off here, man. Yeah. So thank you for everyone streaming that, playing that. Thank you for listening, as always. Yeah. How was your week, your weekend? What's going on, man?
Yeah, good, man. I had a dress-up party. I went as Freddie Mercury. Mama. Safe to say I suited the outfit. And I had a fucking weird moment as well. I feel like I may be possessed or cursed or something. So I was having a moment at the party, you know, like everyone was drinking and dancing, the 80s music, 80s themed. And I was at the pool table just looking around, kind of smiling. I'm like, fuck, life's good. Like, this is what it's about, bro. Like, everyone's here. We're all playing the game of life we're all at the same time, you know. Everyone's having a good time. Even the old people were dancing and drinking. And there was this big Islander fella, right? Don't know who it was, right? Big Islander fella. So he was like obviously someone, husband of someone at the house. Big Islander is a big boy, right? You can picture Islander in his late 40s. He's a big motherfucker, right? This guy's having a great time. He's dancing. He's doing the two-step. He's high-fiving people.
Doing the haka.
He was, making the hungy. But he was drunk as fuck, though. I'm not going to lie. This motherfucker was drunk. And I'm looking at him going, fuck, this guy's having a mad time. I'm like, this is sick, man. This is what it's all about. I then kind of go across, sit down next to my sister-in-law, right? My sister-in-law goes, as soon as I sit my ass down next to her, she goes, fuck, that guy's drunk, eh? And points to the Big Islander fella. I'm like, yeah. I was literally just watching him. And I'm like, but it's good though. It's fun. Everyone's having a good time. She's like, yeah, everyone's having a mad time. As I've said that, me and her, my sister-in-law watching this motherfucker literally just like passed out, standing up, and just goes like this. His head hit the concrete, bro. Oh. He didn't stop himself. He fell backwards. Boys, we can ask Chloe when she gets here. The sound of his skull hitting the floor, it was like a baseball bat going like that. And I was like, it was that loud that people outside and shit all stopped what they were doing and they were like peeping their heads in to hear what the fuck that sound was.
That's a concussion for sure.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I reckon if he wasn't Islander, he would have died.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got like that rock bottom skull.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, I thought he was dead. I was like...
Yeah.
What happened to him?
So he was like out cold. He was out cold. And then so my father-in-law, right? I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. He's a nurse. He's been a nurse for fucking ages, right? And I straight away...
Did you do prostate exams?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get his number.
He loves Egyptians too.
Yeah, sweet.
So, and then straight away, of course, people start kind of rushing over to see what's going on. And I'm like, and I looked at him straight away because he's the one, like he's a fucking nurse, right? So
yeah, of course.
People... When you're not a nurse, people panic. They don't know what to do. They're going, oh my God, no, leave him on his back, leave him on his back. Chloe's like, dude, roll this motherfucker on his fucking side, right? They need like 3 dudes to heave this guy over. And my father-in-law's going, yes, listen to Chloe. She knows what she's talking about. Because there was other white ladies there going, no, leave him on his back, leave him on his back. And Chloe's like, dude, roll him on his fucking side. Because if he's out cold, this cunt's going to choke on his tongue or something. Roll him to his side. And I look at my father-in-law and he's just going, call the fucking ambulance. He's like, call the ambulance. And we called the ambulance. They took, and then that's why he was talking to them on the phone and shit. This guy was out cold, blood was starting to seep out and shit. Oh, I didn't see his skull, but my missus was saying the gash on the back of his head, it was like that wide.
Oh my God.
It was like he was fucked, and that's what I
imagine how much he had to drink to get that way though. Because those big fob guys, like they need to drink a lot.
No, but here's the conspiracy theory, right? Is that we then end up finding out later on that he's had health issues in the past, and the way he fell, he didn't fall over like a drunk cunt. You know when you're drunk, you're stumbling, you're trying to grab shit and you flip the table and the chair and everyone has a laugh?
Yeah.
Nah, this guy, like, it was like
a brain hemorrhage.
Something happened and he literally...
Just the lights went out.
He fell like a plank. He wasn't trying to stop himself or grab anything. So that's why now I'm starting to think, I'm like, dude, did something happen to him while he's pissed drunk? And that's what I said. I'm like, dude, if I reckon that was like anyone else who wasn't Islander, they're dead.
And what's the update on him? Do you know what happened to him?
So so I don't know now what's happened, but so we were trying to. So he wasn't responsive for the first like minute, and that's why we're all going, dude, fuck, this guy's dead. I'm like, oh my God, and then he starts kind of going like he was he didn't even know what day it was. So he comes good kind of thing, but he's bleeding. And he's got a fucking open wound on his skull. So we're waiting for the ambulance at this point. And at this point, it's awkward as shit. There's no music. Everyone's just sitting there.
Did you go over to the... You start playing... You got Iggy dressed up as Freddie Mercury.
And that's what I'm saying. So at this point, it's awkward as shit. Now we're just waiting for this guy. We're like, dude, is he going to die? What's going on?
What was he saying? Was anyone saying anything?
No.
Like, everyone's like, are you okay? He's like,
no.
I'm sweet.
No, he was not responsive, bro. He was gone. Gone.
Like he was there. He was conscious, but not.
He was not there. Yeah. And then the ambulance ended up coming, and they're doing their thing, and they're talking to my father-in-law because he knew what the fuck they're talking about. Yada yada yada. And then, bro, just to get the cunt up on the fucking ambulance fucking thing was a mission in itself. He was a big boy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, bro.
That's dead. That's dead weight as well.
Yes. I'm like, if that wasn't an Islander, if that was like a white fella, I reckon that fall kills him.
Yeah.
Kills him.
His bones break.
Oh, bro. and it was insane. But other than that, good party, man.
Yeah.
Good party.
At least you had fun.
Yeah, I had a good time, fucking, but yeah, that shit was wild, bro. Wild. But other than that, like I said, that's right as I'm sitting there going, fuck, this is hectic. Everyone's having a good time. And then I've accidentally cursed him. I've accidentally jinxed the fuck out of the guy. But yeah,
Fucking
Joey
hell.
K, what's been going on with you, man?
I took Tori out to the city on the weekend, and we went to see, it's called the Candlelight Concert. And they did it's a live quartet. So they got 2 violins, a viola, and a cello playing together. And it's like a little intimate setting, not too big, the theater. And they did Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
That's mad.
And they walk you through it. And she did and all of the battle of the bastards, which was the battle of between Jon Snow and
that was a good
Ramsay.
episode. That was a good episode.
That was good, bro. I've never been more satisfied in my life when he got fucking his cock eaten and everything by the dogs and everything. But yeah, basically they did all that, and then the way they play, it's so interesting because it's the same concept as a guitar, right? But obviously instead of down here with your fingers, it's so weird how the instrument literally has a chin rest, like a groove,
like a chin strap,
you have to have a cerebral palsy in order to play the violin properly. You just got to take away the violin, and you're like, you know what I mean? And these girls, there's a little Asian girl and the Polish girl, I'm assuming Polish, and their arms, they're not huge, but you can just tell their shoulders from just
holding the fucking thing up,
and the whole time. And like I said, when it's pensive, intense music, and it's before battle, and then you got the guy with the cello, and he's doing this, and he's and you can see him go. He gives them the stare. Let's just say you're playing the violin and you're playing, and they're all facing each other like this, right? And they go, and you can see him go. They're all looking at each other, and the cello's he goes and then he does his own thing, and it's just so interesting how do you get into that? You know what I mean?
It's cool,
if you're bad, it sounds terrible.
Oh yeah,
try and have a go at the violin. And in my head, I was I had this thing where halfway through the concert, I was it was an hour. So just enough. Tori's seen 2 people dozing off near the end. Not that it was boring, but it's very,
Yeah, the music puts you to sleep, bro.
Of course. But yeah, I feel like my brain went to imagine if it sounds so good them playing it, but imagine how many years of practice they've had. And imagine if I've just gone, it's hey, does anyone want to come up? And I'm yep, sweet.
Hard instruments, that shit, man. Strings, very hard. Violin sounds amazing.
I'd have to instead of miming, I'd have to play the track in the back and pretend
Let's have a little looky here. We have Community Corner. I think we've got some things in.
Oh, and by the way,
Discord.
I also had dinner. We had dinner beforehand at Dough Time, and it's a pizza shop in Earlwood, and I think there's one in Quakers Hill or something. Bro, it was the best pizza I've ever had. It's called Cheeseburger Eddie, the pizza. From Longest Yard, how Terry Crews is he always has a cheeseburger in his pocket. He's do you remember that movie?
I've seen the movie, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay. It was made after that guy. He's always got. It's I got the burgers that you know what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, it basically was a cheeseburger pizza, but on the crust they had sesame seeds, so almost a cheeseburger, the buns.
That sounds great.
And then we had a flat crust. They had cheese, beef mince, pickles, sliced up pickles, the Big Mac sauce almost, everything that's on a cheeseburger. In that
sounds
and I
cool.
remember them being we make the dough daily, and I'm well, you better hope so. Your name is Dough Time. You know what I mean? But I gave the fucking guy a handshake. The food's good when after.
Where's the chef?
Bring him to me. Well, that's in Barcelona. Tori took me on my birthday when we went to Europe as a birthday thing.
Didn't she get to talk to the chef?
Yeah, I got a photo with the little Asian chef. I went, this food was so good, and then I'm can I say thank you? And it's they'd never had someone want to see the chef, but the chef thought she'd done something wrong, and she's and I'm
¿Qué pasó?
that. Papi chupo chupapi, and I'm was the rice too dry? And I'm no, that was Asian. But yeah, and I was bro, that was the best food I've had, not just overseas, but even at home. Me and Tori, the food's good when you're you're eating it and you're not saying anything, but you're and you can't stop looking at it, it's on the fork, and you're what the fuck are you? You know what I mean?
You're getting angry at it almost.
Is that good? He's angry at it. Okay, we've got some speak dicks. The return of Shaman Raz. He might be the new undisputed champ.
Yeah.
I'm not loving it, bro. I'll give him this. Every voice message has like not just funny content, but like a purpose behind it and something we can go off. So I appreciate it. I get excited every time I hear his name, you know?
He might be the new undisputed champ. So here we go. We got one from Shaman Raz.
Let's go.
Now,
Take me on a journey, my friend.
Let's see if fucking SpeakPipe wants to work today.
So we'll hear it in 5 minutes.
Greetings, fellas. Favorite gay shaman back again. All right, workplace injuries. So when I was an apprentice, I was doing like a renovation at a Woolworths store, working night shift. I'm carrying bollards out from the back, like of the Woolworths, like the staff area, one over each shoulder.
Ooh.
As I'm walking through those big, like thick plastic, like heavy, like swing doors, the door, like the plastic catches my foot. I fall face first, catch myself with my hands, but the bollard came down and landed on my ring finger. So like think of basically like a 10 kilo weight plate falling vertically directly on my finger, and from the pressure, it literally exploded the flesh out of both sides of my fucking finger.
That's such an annoying injury.
That was pretty gnarly, because then I had to work a 14-hour night shift in fucking Northern Beaches and then drive home in peak hour traffic, only to go to the medical center and then sit there for 2 hours to get a tetanus shot. Whew. Anyway, it's one I'll never forget. What else have I got for you? I'm going to get cut off in a second, so forgive me. I'll start again. You cunts need to fucking sort this out.
Hey, can we unpack that for a second?
Can you get compo?
You know how heavy a bollard is?
And not just that, but do you know how unlucky, like, do you know usually it's like the opposite of slipping on a banana peel. You know how easy it is and simple it is? The concept of slipping on a banana peel. You step on it, slip. Yeah. He's literally, the door tripped him, right? And of all places to land, that's the worst, that's the heaviest thing that he had on him. Wasn't the bollard itself, the weight bit. Do you know how ridiculous that look at seeing that? Like, I'd love to be a fly on the wall and see that door clip his ankle and be like, I'm going to hit his hand.
And the bollard's gone on the finger,
That's
bro.
brutal. Like, and then had to drive with his bloody, his busted finger. So, you know, he's driving like this.
Like, no one's helping this guy.
Yeah.
Like, drive yourself to the medical center. Okay, we've got another one from Shaman Raz. We've actually got two more from Shaman Raz, so.
All right, next up. My apprentice one time, when I worked for a company years ago, left a speed bore, like blade up, hanging out of my tool bag. And when I picked it up, or I went to lean down to grab a tool, it spiked me like through the webbing between my thumb and my finger. And because it put a hole in it, like when I opened and closed like the webbing, it was like the sound of like you giving your missus a fucking smooch on the cheek. It was like, you could hear like the air like sucking through the hole.
Jesus.
I've done that with a kitchen knife.
And finally, so this didn't happen to me, but this happened to my sister. She used to be like do cleaning for a job. So she's folding down a what the fuck do you call this thing? A futon. And so think of like the way that the bracket folds out from a futon. So she's gone to fold out the last part. Her finger was like in the joint, her pinky finger. As it's like snapped open, it's like it's clamped her finger in between the joint. She's gone, fuck, and pulled her finger back and fully degloved the end of her pinky finger. So there's just a bone sticking out.
That was so menacing.
Shit. And finally, while I got a few seconds left, Joey, I can't believe that you fell through 3 roofs. Shit, cunt, bro. Come on. Sort it out. Love you, brother. Peace.
Bro, dude. That is... Oh, that's cringe-worthy, man. That shit is...
What the hell's a futon?
The like little sofa that you fold out. Bro, that's brutal because I've slept on them a lot. And he's right. Like, when you fold that out, it locks in the place. And it doesn't care what's in your finger. Man. Like, we're so fragile, bro. Like, and do you know how imagine the first thought I got in my mind, imagine degloving it and then scraping the end of the bone on...
Bro, this shit, I cringe so easily with injuries, man. Like, I did with the webbing thing. I did that once with a kitchen knife in the dishwasher, and the knife was pointing up in the thing. And I went in and I was like, yeah, that hurt. But
dude, your dishwasher's like, fuck off. Dishwasher fights back.
Chloe's auntie chopped her own pinky off.
How'd she do that?
She used to work at a fucking...
Yakuza.
No, it was like a what was it? I can't. We're gonna ask. I don't know. I don't know if it was like a vegetable. It was like a vegetable. It was like a fruit market or something.
Yeah,
and she was
fruit
in the back, and they used to use like in the 80s and shit, like the big fucking like
guillotine
style things to chop veggies apparently, and she's somehow like just gone thump, and she's obviously still doesnn't have a pinky.
There's too too much room. If someone was like invented a machine that dropped the blade there, there's so much room for error.
Fucking hell if there is. And yeah, she just chopped it straight off.
That's like on the side of the road. Me and Tori seen. Well, actually, I'm so oblivious when I drive. Like I'm so concentrated on not losing my license that I'm just like I'm focused on the traffic and the road. I don't always take in what I see around. But Tori reckons we drove past on the way to see the quartet and shit. She's seen a big roo dead, like a big one. You know what I mean?
You didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. I was just too fucking focused on the road. But you see them all the time.
Dude, it's crazy because now driving down the M4 and shit, you see dead roos on the side of the road. It's like, dude, these motherfuckers are starting to migrate now to like the city and shit.
I've seen a lot lately.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick. Me and Tori, we have a local down the road, like we go to, like local coffee shop. And on the way there, they're doing like next to the TAFE, right next to the TAFE, they're doing the new estate bit near Cadden's, the shops, right? And on the fence line separating the TAFE and the construction area, we seen this roo like on the Saturday morning or something, and it was just like a big. And then she's like, Tori's like, oh my god, it looks so beautiful in the morning light, whatever. And it was always just hovering around this road right next to the fence, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. See it again tomorrow. The next day, seen it again, but it was closer to the road, still along the fence line. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And I went out because we're already walking, so I just stopped over, and I could see something on the other side of the fence, and it was right up the outside of the fence. And I noticed it was its baby. It wasn't like a joey, like it had fur, and it was like probably half a meter tall, so it could fend for itself in a way. But they were just, it must have snuck through a hole in the fence, and they were just divided by this fence, and they didn't obviously know how. So then for days, this, I assume, because we seen it in the similar spot the day before, I think a few days before, it somehow, hopped away. And then ended up bringing, Tori ended up bringing like it's like a helpline for if you think animals are in trouble. And then she reached out to them, and they said they'll take care of it, have a look. Didn't hear back, but hopefully they sorted it. But it's kind of sad because you're like, it's such a thing where it's like if they were humans, if they had the same brain functionality as humans, you'd know to just, you can hop.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jump over the
worst case, like, you know what I mean? You can get to one another. Like those things can jump, but it's like they don't have that the same brain to just work that out. But it's kind of like, imagine they just stayed separated.
That's so sad. I would have tried to grab that little baby somehow.
Well, I did. Well, I tried to go up to the baby, but it was like I was chasing it, and I felt bad
running away.
Because then I'm like, I want to help you. It's like, he's just trying to kill me. And then my mum was sussing me out, so I felt like the bad guy. So I almost felt like just let nature, just don't interfere with nature. Just let it happen. Yeah. If he dies, he dies. No, that's it.
Damn, eh? Okay, now we've got the last one from Shaman Raz.
All right, fuck it. I've got one more. I'm not done yet. So when I was an apprentice, I was doing like a changeover of a switchboard, but there was a 3-phase circuit inside of it that was being temped up by a generator. So I'm sitting on a crate. I got both arms like resting on the chassis of the switchboard. One of the phases wasn't like terminated properly and came loose and touched the chassis of the switchboard, which this is only going to make sense to Joey probably, but obviously is connected to Earth, so it's like a dead short. So I got hit by 415 3-phase, and it fucking threw me across the room, knocked me off like the crate onto the ground. I slid for about probably like fucking 4 or 5 meters. I got up thinking that my boss or tradesman had literally walked in and like spider kicked me in the fucking shoulder. And I got up and looked around. There was literally no one else in the room I was working in. And I was like, holy fuck. I just got like belted really fucking hard. Luckily, like one forearm was like leaning on the chassis hard and one was only just touching. Otherwise, it probably would have gone straight across my heart and I would have just fucking, they would have found me dead in a room.
Burning from the
Don't
inside
play with
out.
electricity, kids.
Oh my God.
Be careful. All right, I'm done now. Peace.
Do you know that 415? The 415. So normally in your house, every power point's 240, right? It's single phase. This 3-phase he's talking about, to just dumb it down, it's like them combined is 415 volts, right? Which is obviously fucking almost double, right? that shit is the stuff that, like, I've heard of people melting, they hold their pliers and short them out, melting your skin. He is lucky he was like where he was.
Holy
that shit! Yeah, people get fried from the inside. It hooks you. There's actually in switchboard rooms like that, they have big aluminium hooks, like a Gandalf hook. But that hook's meant for if he comes in and you're frying like on there, he's not. If he grabs you, it goes. Zzz,
Yeah, you get
and
fried
then
as well.
one goes, zzz, there's like 7 guys. Going,
yeah.
So they literally you have to use this hook, but your humane nature wants to just
Grab
go
him,
for
yeah.
him. But meanwhile, you could be like hooking his neck, but that's supposed to pull him off. But
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like workplace injuries are like with that shit is just like
And that's where he got his name, the Shaman.
the shaman. Yeah.
That was his shaman fucking
Awakening.
His shaman fucking rite of passage. You got to get zapped by fucking 450.
You
bucks.
shall not pass. And he just. zzz.
And then we've got two from Dove. Let's have a listen here.
I would like to know the economy.
Hi, Theo. I love playing with you.
Oh, that is so cute, bro. So this girl, man, I'll tell you something, bro. I finally found someone who can match my energy. And she goes like longer than me, bro. Like I'm telling you, we'll play on Sunday at lunch, bro, all day. And I get to the point where I'm literally like exhausted. I'm like full, like getting sleepy and shit. And she's like, yeah, right, we're going to go do like this. I'm like, oh, fuck. And in my head, I'm like, holy crap. We've been at it for like fucking 5 and like jumping the jumping castle or like running around the pool and shit. Her energy is fucking crazy. Yeah. So that's so
She
funny,
never
bro.
stops, man.
Is she like that at home as well?
Yes, yeah, man. Kids
crazy.
are like that. All kids are like that, bro. They don't stop. They just want to
Good.
play
You'd rather,
all
that's
day.
the best though. I love it's better than just the complete opposite, which is like some kids are like a bit socially just like this. It's like if she's energetic, that's what she's supposed to do. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. She's just
Yeah.
It is exhausting.
and
though.
you're now you've cemented yourself as the favorite uncle. You do realize
I
that
know, I
because
know.
now she'll
She
have days.
expects
She'll
it
have
every time.
days. She'll have days where she's more of a Chloe or someone else kind of girl. But then she'll have those days most of the time with you because she
Yeah.
relates fun with you.
That's fine.
That's very true.
That's fine, bro. Jumping castle all
That's
day.
what I mean. It's
8 hours.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'd play with my nieces and nephews and I'm like, this is parenting. This is
Yeah.
absolutely insane. Like,
Yeah.
I love to do this, but obviously, like everyone says, it's hit a switch. Like when it's yours, it's different.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, no matter family, like it's different.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
just fucking awesome. And then we've got one more from Dove.
Wait, say it again.
Hi, Dad. I love you.
Do you want to say hi, Joey?
Hi, Joey.
That is so fucking cute, man.
Shit.
Oh, that's the best. Hello, little Dove. Did you know she sent that?
No.
Hey,
Hello, little Dove.
Am I weird for being that guy in public that like for some reason, like I'll be out with Tori, like we're at Grill the other day, and some baby, she had such a remember that meme of that baby going, who wants to go to see you later?
Yeah.
It was like the way she smiled at me, right? Do you know how babies they just go, heh. She smiled like this, like
Like a human.
she showed bottom teeth, and I'm like it was like a baby like this, no, but like not creepy, but just like. Yeah. And she was like just old enough that her baby teeth were all there.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm that guy that's like, Tori's like, oh, look, she's full look at you. And I can't help but seeing a cute baby, you're just like, you can have having a shit day. And then they look at you. First of all, social cues out the window. They're staring into your soul going, what are you, bro? Like, I've never seen you in my life. This is the first. And then I just lean into it. And I'm like, most of the time I get a lot of laughs and smiles, but I'm just like, and this is kind of weird though. If I was by myself at Grilled, Tori said that would be because I said to Tori, was that
it's
weird?
a random kids and
because
shit.
then the
Was
parents,
that weird?
because then the parents see that the kids laughing, they look up at me, and I'm going, well, it's kind of weird, right? But I just feel like fuck it, like. At the end of the day, they're so cute. I'm just like, if I can make a kid laugh, it's kind of like when you tell jokes to your friends or whatever, and they laugh, but you just got to do the simplest shit. You pull your ears out and go. And they're like, they lose it. I do the cross eye, or I just go like, they lose it. How funny babies, you go, boom, bitch, I've been here the whole time. But they just go, they make them laugh. It's fucking cute, bro.
It's funny too because before I had my own kid, I didn't like kids at all. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought kids were annoying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't like kids at all, but now I love kids, man. They're the best. They're just this. It's like a cat or a dog. They're just pure innocent energy. They're
You
the
can figure
best.
pedigree
man.
or
They're the best, man. And you learn a lot when you're a parent, man. But
but it's like it's always refreshing to hear that it's like not always like the good side. It'd be challenging as well, but everyone always says that it's worth it because it's your kid. You know
It's
what I mean?
so hard.
That's what I mean. Like,
It's so hard.
is it like it is? It would be,
Yeah,
like
it's tough
and-
as.
Yeah. So your whole life, you have to be selfless. It's just selfless entering that zone. But I've seen many. I've had many a friend step up to that role who I didn't think
Could do
in
it,
my heart could do it. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking so cute, man. But that does us.
Yes, that's it.
That does us for Speaky Dicks,
corner.
which now means we go to.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
We made it. Another week.
That intro is fucking hilarious.
And it just stops all of a sudden. It goes, welcome to the Reddit Corner.
It's like the Flow Focus one was so high effort and like full fucking mad song, and this one's like fucking YouTube to MP3 sounds put together.
And I love how your antennas are getting more fucked.
He's gonna need new
They're
antennas.
getting more bent and bent and bent.
It's just the more Reddits they hear, they're like,
Yeah, they
I
get-
can't tell if it's true or bullshit.
They're getting worse and worse. Okay, so this week it's my turn. Sorry, I was just reading a fucking weird fucking Reddit. Reddit is fucking weird as shit sometimes. Okay, so it was my turn this week, and this week I picked dark web or deep web encounters.
This is a great topic, but it scares me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This one is freaky as fuck, right? Now, for those of you who don't know what the dark or deep web is, it's obviously, you know, what it sounds. A dark web, websites on the internet that you can access a lot of fucked up shit from.
But if you don't know, it's a different type of internet. You need a special browser, you need special software to access it, and there's a lot of drug deals and a lot of shady shit that goes on. So you can't, it's not the normal internet. It's not just fucked up shit on the normal internet. You need actual software and special browsers and shit to access it, and it's decentralized and shit. So it's like they can't stop it really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really fucked up stuff on there though. Don't do it. Don't go on there.
Yeah, don't go. Don't do it. I've never personally done it.
And I never will.
I never will.
Too
'Cause
scary.
One, like some of the stories of like people, they can like find your IP and like people's webcams and shit
Yeah,
suddenly
hack your
turn on
webcams,
and
Yeah.
so, which will bring me to the first one that I've seen a post where I don't have it right here, but I have seen one of these posts before where there's literally there's a website on the dark web where people pay access to this website, and the website is live streams of people's webcams. And those people don't know that their webcams are on, obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why some people
there's-
put tape on there.
Yeah. That's why
yeah.
I've turned mine around. So I do get hacked. It's just Grogu. Yeah. But how scary is that? Like, it's
I
just...
thought Tori was always silly for covering her.
No, does she
Nah.
do it? Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people do it. A lot of people do
a
it.
lot of people do it, dude.
See, I'm just so naive, bro. I'm just like, that will never happen. Hey, this is my computer. How can anything get into this?
And there's a lot of stuff I don't like. There's scary shit that I don't want to...
Yeah, you don't have to go down the heavy route. I found a few that aren't so heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mine are very short and basic because I don't.
Can I
like
give you one of
reading
mine?
them, man.
I remember a long time ago there was a guy online that was trying to buy large quantities of bed bugs. When questioned why he wanted them, he basically said that he wanted to try to breed them to be resistant to normal methods of killing them while simultaneously breeding in a weakness that only he knew. This way he could release them in people's houses and then force them to pay him to get rid of the bed bugs since no one else would be able to kill them.
What? That is crazy.
Isn't that like...
Who comes up
I
with
feel
that
like that's
shit?
like a plot of a movie or something.
Well, is that true or false?
I think. I mean,
Hey, listen, I'm not always putting these in because I think it's true. I just
Yeah.
thought that was funny as fuck. And I'll tell you what, my gullible brain at the start went, this guy's a genius.
I think it's true, but I think it's impossible. I don't think you can do that. I don't know. I think maybe true.
Let's go.
All right. I've got one here where it says, I found someone selling hair from children and young teenagers. Same person was also selling voodoo dolls and cursed items. Also found someone claiming to have a book of dark magic, claiming to be stolen from the Warren's Occult Museum. So this is all one person selling all these weird things. Dark fucking Satanist books. Hair from children and young teens. What the fuck? So he's going to the park and just snipping kids' hair.
Just running fast and just grabbing some bitch.
What
See, the true and false for this one's a bit tough because it's it's not that unbelievable that these people have these are just people saying they've seen it. You know what I mean? So
and
it's like...
And we're not saying if it's fake that shit doesn't happen, but it's whether the story is...
I think that's true. I think that's unfortunate.
So we think hair stealing is...
Yeah.
I think it happens. Seen a video of a guy chopping up children while they were still alive, like something out of the movie Hostel. Oh, now I hope and I think that's cap, but I don't know. There's shit on the dark web I hear about that is so fucked up.
So bouncing off that quickly before we try to debunk this, I've seen... Have you guys heard of the Red Rooms? You know what a Red Room is?
Maybe, but I don't remember.
Same thing. Apparently on the dark web, people can pay. You have to pay access to live streams of people getting tortured in these big red rooms. But now here's the fucked up thing, right? Regardless whether the website is fake or not, there's people still paying to watch it.
Yeah.
So they could be just they could be just a group of mates pretending to torture each other. It's all fake. They're making a buck, but there's people literally paying
to see it,
to watch it.
It's like them. You ever see them Pain Olympics videos from like fucking?
The guy gets
2,000 guys chopping off their cocks and shit.
They hog tie their balls around their balls in the shaft, and they're just like they do it that tight where you're like there's no blood, like he's meat and two veggies, just like, and he's getting a little axe like.
Why? I'd never actually seen any of these videos because every time, like, you know, when you're in primary school and shit and your friends, like, showing you fucked up shit, I was always the one that couldn't watch this shit. I always be like, don't show me that. I don't want to see that.
Did your mind blow when you see 2 Girls, 1 Cup? Did that blow your mind?
That shit
Did that blow your mind?
Fucked up, bro.
I heard that was fake, though. That video, or not fake, but I think what she was shitting out wasn't shit. I think she stuffed moose in her ass or something. Or I don't know. That's what I heard.
It's funny how back in the day, like, that was like...
You knew that video.
Yeah.
Like you go to anyone around our age and it's like 2 Girls, 1 Cup. And you're like, and one other guy, like similar to Pain Olympics, he made 1 guy, 1 jar and he sat on an empty olive jar.
And doesn't it smash or something?
Yeah, because he was in the deep squat of getting the whole jar. So he just engulfed the whole jar in his anus, right? And then as he was in the deepest part of his squat, he fell back. And when he fell back on his ass from the squat position, it literally sounded like a tire had crumpled over glass. It was like and then he starts picking the shards of glass out of his ass. Oh my God.
Oh, I hate this shit. I hate this shit, man.
And some person is like, I want to see the after effects of the months of like rehab that guy had to go through. Like that guy's not sitting down to drive ever.
He's probably dead now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You got another one?
Yeah, I've got another one similar to the first one I said. There's also websites on the dark web of live streams from people's house cameras, baby monitors, even their phones. As long as there's Wi-Fi in your home, it can be accessed.
I don't doubt it. This one actually says, got access to a red room and satanic ritual. So there you go, red room.
I think that's true.
Oh, I think that's true. Unfortunately, I hate thinking about this shit, man.
A lot of these are true. This week, a lot of these are true.
Yeah, I think most of these will be true. It's just whether if the person experienced that.
What's this one say? Other than counterfeit money, drugs, weapon, and fake IDs and passports, I found kidnapping and killing services, and also rape services where you provide information about your chosen victim, and within a few weeks it gets done. It is also free or relatively cheap. In parentheses. I hope this is not true.
Yeah. This Reddit corner today is a bummer, right?
Yeah, this one's a bit morbid, boys.
Iggy had all the topics in the world and he went, I want to just experience
I wanted to get a bit
sorrow.
I wanted to get dark this one.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring it up, but I didn't know how in terms of the topic. But there was this guy I followed on TikTok who is he's in WWE, I think, but like the lower ranks, and he made a series where he was on the dark web and people were following him to see and he ordered this thing called the Beast, right? And basically, they'd send from the dark web from somewhere, they send in packages, and you assemble this beast, you build this little robot. It's like an AI robot thing.
That's cool.
And then it talks to you and tells you to do these tasks, and he has to do the shit, and he was documenting it. Right, it was super interesting. And then there was one time he was sitting out of Macca's Wi-Fi, accessing it, obviously to try, he doesn't want his own personal Wi-Fi.
Yep.
But then the shit it started saying was like it knew exactly where he was, talking about the distance from him and the Macca's and shit. And it just got super weird. And then he canned the whole thing. He's like, fuck this. Because he canned it because it also started saying stuff about his followers and his people who followed him on TikTok and stuff. Like, it knew stuff about people who were just watching the video. Like,
it's like when he built it, he just let him into his life. And then it's like a fucking.
That's why you don't fuck with the dark web, man.
That is scary.
That could be. I'm pretty sure that has been a movie premise, or it could be a cool one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is fucking scary. There's another one that says, a friend of mine claims he was snooping around where he didn't belong, black market stuff, hacking, websites and stuff. When someone messaged him through the website basically saying, I know exactly who you are. I've seen you here more than once, and I know you're not here to buy our services, but you're just a kid snooping around. I don't mind myself, but others will do things to you if you are not careful. Please get off if you know what's good for you.
Oh my God.
That's definitely happened, right? That's definitely true. I got one here. It's shown up before in threads like these, and I'll see if I can find it. Basically, it's a collection of screenshots from a darknet forum about people who are HIV/AIDS positive, raping people to give them AIDS, or people who aren't yet positive, but for looking for people to give them AIDS. And I look, and on this thread, it had, here's a story about people willingly contracting AIDS. In the late 1980s, young punk rockers in Cuba, known as Eos Frikis, how's that for fucking cultured, were so fed up with the stifling life of the communist regime that they chose to inject themselves with AIDS so they could live in a sanatorium to be free from constant police state harassment. And today, 2 survivors remain. So the things are so bad there in terms of like the way of life, this and that. They're like, and AIDS at that time was like running rampant, like you know what I mean? And they were literally contracted it because they'd rather be in the sanatorium than out in everyday life. Just when you thought I couldn't bring you down any lower, I went, hey, at least it was a choice.
I don't like this at all.
Do you know, if someone like, it's so weird, right? Even HIV, it doesn't have to be sex. If they bleed on you and you happen to fucking have an open cut and for some reason you're bumping your open cuts for whatever reason that might be, it's like the ultimate, instead of cooties, it's like, hey, no, you need to, like, this isn't a game.
Like get the fuck away from me.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Cuban AIDS. I got last one. On a site, you could hire a hitman. You could pay $5,000 extra for suffering. They also stated they didn't usually provide pictures, but could for $500 a pic.
Shit.
Is it a selfie with it? Like, what is
That's fucked.
I hope that's not true, man. I really hope a lot of these aren't true, because you know what? People know about the dark web. People almost can say anything.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm
I
saying?
heard it's not. Some of the comments in the threads were like, mainly it's none of this shit you're saying. It's just kind of, it's still dodgy shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, unfortunately, there was a lot of threads there which I chose to leave out that involved children, which is fucked.
Yes.
But that is the probably rampant. But usually it's not that. But I mean, always when you have nothing that's supervised, like anything, it's just going to go to shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you guys have any more?
No, I don't. I kind of, after that, I was like, let's just have the...
Thank God.
It wasn't a rabbit hole that you're like...
Excited to go down,
you know what you're here for. It's...
Do you have any speak pipes? Has anyone actually experienced the dark web?
Yeah,
Mind you,
I've never even been on it. I don't know what it is. I used to think it was like...
I'm too scared.
When you go on it, the computer screen just darkens. Like it's just the
dark mode?
Yeah, dark mode.
I'll say one more to end us. This one's fucking sad. It does involve children, but it's not like anything crazy. Well, it is fucked, but this will be the last one. Used to browse the dark web a ton, looking at all the different marketplaces. One time they used to have an onion link that was kind of like a I'm feeling lucky type button. Hit this button and it'll take you to like a surprise website. One day I decided to hit it being an idiot. I came across something that was like a Craigslist, but for the dark web, which was people advertising trying to sell their kids for money. That was the last time I ever browsed the dark web.
Wow.
You know what's crazy, man? You know what's crazy? I feel like the CIA, the government, ACO, whatever, all these fucking things, they can stop this.
Of course they can.
I feel like they can stop this. They can do all this crazy shit in the world, but they can't stop people from accessing this internet. Turn off the fucking torrent browser. Shut that shit down or whatever. Like,
it's not on their radar. Anything that costs them money that's not in line with their...
It is on their radar though, because you know a lot of these major drug dealing and major drug importations and shit is from the dark web.
not on their radar. Like I know it's on their radar, but like not in their to do. They're just like, for what? Like they, to be honest, they probably fucking partake in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
you know, whether it's a cut of whatever the fuck is going on.
I'm pretty sure
like a let it slide kind of deal.
I'm
you know what I mean?
pretty sure I've heard stories where people have been busted. They from undercovers on the dark web ordering shit. They used to have this thing called the Silk Road, and the Silk Road was a website on the dark web where you buy drugs, guns, everything, and you could literally buy drugs and it'd come in a package, like a fucking
to your house,
Australia Post package to your fucking house, man. Like, and I'm pretty sure there was this one of the big Australian dudes, famous heroin deal. I'm pretty sure he was operating through the dark web and shit. Like a lot of them, that's how they, you know. So I'm sure they know about it, and I'm sure they could do something if they wanted to. But
like I said, there's so much. There'd be
Corruption.
so many corruption, little deals, and then in saying that too, the police, because they don't care about the average street drug dealer. They want the big fish, so
Kingpin.
they got to let these guys operate for years on the dark web and shit before there's enough evidence. They can't just arrest you from one little drug deal on the dark web. It's literally not enough evidence. They literally got to let you do shit for ages, and then they go, finally, we can arrest this guy. You've done this, and this, and they go, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're getting a free pass for a couple years.
Yeah.
But while everyone's just getting all the info on them and shit.
I wonder if we could do all of these topics have been kind of fucked up.
No,
Like-
I've noticed we have been doing that.
What was the last one?
The last one, crazy prison stories.
Workplace injuries.
shit.
And then mine was
prison stories,
Appalachian
workplace
Mountains.
injuries, yeah. It's all scary injury.
It's all
fucked
scary
up
talk.
shit.
We're on the scary FYP of TikTok right
Yeah.
now.
Is there anything lighthearted on Reddit though?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that
why
is
I don't
interesting.
like it. Reddit's full of fucking creeps, man. It's weird.
I'm sure you can wean it out. You know what I mean?
So next week's topic will be favorite
Animal
Golden
patches.
retrievers.
Yeah.
Just golden retrievers.
Favorite dog breeds.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that will conclude us for another week. That was a little bit on the
Fucked up
on the
side.
fucked side.
Yeah, if you're still with us, I hope
Yeah.
you have pulled over before you've headed into oncoming traffic or whatever. Like,
Don't go on the dark.
Yeah, don't do it.
No.
Moral of the story.
But if you have fucked around or know someone who's fucked around, please send us a fucking speak pipe as
Let us
always.
know.
Shaman Raz, have you
Been on the dark.
been on the
web.
dark
that
web?
guy's controlling. He's pulling the strings. He's pulling the
He's
strings.
controlling the dark web. Then brings us to
The news you can trust. The news you can trust. Only believe what we say.
let's fucking go back to the news corner. I'll start this one off. Something interesting. iPhone 16's been announced.
Yes, I've seen that.
They've, as always with every iPhone, they've built it from the ground up. But this one has an AI chip. It's been rebuilt just to suit AI. But instead of calling it artificial intelligence, it's called Apple Intelligence. You can
Actually-
do crazy shit, apparently, this fucking thing.
So the thing with the new iPhone 16, right? They're billing it as the phone for the Apple Intelligence, right? But it's not launching with Apple Intelligence, which is crazy. It's gonna launch exact same as the old phone, no Apple Intelligence. It's still gonna have the old Siri and shit. But then with the updates, they're gonna implement the Apple Intelligence, right? So right out the gate, it's not gonna have the stuff, but it's got they've actually partnered with ChatGPT. So it's literally Apple Intelligence is using ChatGPT. So the new Siri is ChatGPT. It's got so this shit where you can write math equations with like your fucking hand and shit, and like it'll do, like it's got a crazy calculator app where it can do math equations. You write it down with your hand, like scribble it, and it'll understand and help you work out math problems and shit. That fucking getting this smoke in my mouth. There's a lot of crazy shit you can do with it. Like the photo apps is crazy. I've seen this one. Google and shit are doing this too, right? Where you can take a photo. Say I'm taking a photo of you two, right? Someone has to take the picture. I take a picture of you two. I want to be in the photo, but so I take that photo first. Then you take the photo of me standing there, and then it puts me in the photo.
Do you know how useful that is for a lot of people that fucking...
But it's like, what's real anymore?
Yeah, because that didn't happen. You weren't in between us, that we didn't have that moment.
There's another thing you can do with these photos, right? Where if, say, we take a photo and there's a pole here covering this bit.
Get rid of the pole.
It gets rid of the pole and it fills it in with AI, so it looks the same as the photo, like what would be there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what's real and what's fake anymore. We don't know. Like, but
then again,
AI
I'd be keen as for the new, eventually when they have the Apple, what is it? The Apple Intelligence on that. Come on.
The Siri's going to be fucking crazy, like, because ChatGPT now, so... But yeah,
it was this when I was in high school. I would have been a fucking
That's very
top
good. Like, I know
student,
it's kind of scary, but ChatGPT is fucking legit. Like, that shit is...
I literally only Google with Bing, basically. I try to type in, if I forget, I type in on
It's
the
a
Google.
good filter.
I'm
It's
like,
a good
what the
filter.
hell?
It picks out... It's almost like it's a cheat code. You know, like in school, like you highlight... They tell you to highlight words. It gets rid of all the fluff. It tells you what you need to know.
It's the best, man. I love it for researching. Like, for Google searches, it's the best, man.
So there was one fact, I don't know if this is true, talking about this. So someone says apparently one AI generated image. So that's like what's the big craze at the moment. This is what I use for the thumbnails and shit, right? It's just, you just type in, fucking hamster riding a horse and then AI makes it in like a couple minutes for you, right? Apparently one of those uses the power equivalent to charging your phone from 0 to 100 almost instantaneously. AI is a huge threat to climate change, but people are way too excited about it to realize the potential damage. I don't know if that's true. So think about that for a second. If your phone was dead and you were to plug it into your charger, right, it'll take even just a couple minutes to turn back on. This guy is trying to say that one AI generated image is equivalent to you then plugging your phone in when it's fully dead and it just goes boof to 100.
Well, the power consumption is huge, and people do not talk about it enough. I don't know if it's that exactly like
that's
equivalent,
crazy,
but it's huge, and they're building mega factories to sustain the AI. Like it is taxing.
Oh, they're trying to keep up with it. It's like they're aware of that at least.
It's happening right now. China's building huge. They're building heaps of nuclear shit to power AI. And have you seen that new robot they're making that they're taking in the homes? That C-3PO robot that can pick up your bags and shit. And I also saw Huawei, like, look at my phone folds, right? I love this fucking thing, right? My phone folds. Huawei just announced as well, it folds once and then it folds again from the back. So it folds 3 times.
They make it origami every time they open up their
It turns into a swan.
It's a swan phone.
They cast it down the Nile.
Oh my God.
Shit's heating up, man. It's crazy.
I can't wait to have a butler robot here.
Yeah.
Serving us drinks.
Have you
Imagine
seen?
that.
I thought I sent. Did you?
They get so advanced that we have him on the pod as like a full guest.
Bro. It's crazy, man. I see a lot.
And then he takes over the pod and it's just his.
Yeah.
Because AI is just like, he gets all the information right. Out of all the points, he's like, actually, no. What you're trying to say is, he was always fact checking us.
He makes us be the Jamie on the side.
Yeah, fuck that. That'd be fucked.
But what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
No, you're right. I lost it.
Oh no.
But anyway, yeah. Crazy times, crazy stuff.
Yeah, scary. I guess we can finally have our little offsider. Turn the camera on and off. Edit the videos. Stand there, whiskey poos.
Feed the dog. Someone feed the dog.
Hey! Get us a fucking whiskey!
Mom, where's the meatloaf?
And then he just one day snaps and goes, fuck these FireCast cunts. He comes back and just belts the bottle over my head. Kills us on live.
Takes a swig of sheepdog as he does it. It's like it's some supernatural shit because the tripod's just there the whole time. Remember how Supernatural back in the day? The tripod's just there and like all this crazy shit has happened.
Oh, dude, that's fucking. I'm scared of that shit.
Did you guys see the typhoon storm in Yagi in China the other week?
I thought that was fake. That's how crazy that looked. So that's legit.
That's legit.
It was in Vietnam just recently now.
Have you seen the video?
It looks like a fucking AI generated video. It's
So, do you know the movie Twister?
Yeah.
It's literally like they've photoshopped that in there. Like, in Australia, we get harsh climates in terms of heat, but like if we get a bit of a thunderstorm and a bit of a wind, right? I'm like, oh fuck, it's blowing a gale. You know what I mean? Imagine seeing that ring of, first of all, what the fuck happens to our climate to make that shit happen?
Yeah.
Why? It's almost like, you know how you walking over from school and you just see randomly, you see a little dust, a tornado of leaves, and you're like, it's just that, but amplified. Like, and what are you doing? Like, if that's heading towards your house, what are you doing?
Run.
You're grabbing you're grabbing Daisy and Dougie and maybe
running.
Chloe and literally running it and grabbing your whole setup. God, you would have to come over to give you a fucking hand.
Oh,
just to lift all this shit.
Save the PC. The dogs and the PCs first. If I lose that PC, man, whew.
Like, and then when you get swept up, you just go, are you automatically, I wonder if, it's almost like, you know how they have that iFly? They have that iFly at Panthers? It's just like people go in there for like, that live around that area. That's what they should have. They should have in China and like Philippines, anyone that can get a typhoon, they should have iFly areas where you can just be like, all right, this is what you do if you have no choice but to get swept up in a twister, and try to simulate the twister in the iFly, but maybe have like a padded suit on, pillowed walls, you know.
It's just throwing you around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the worst. You're getting sucked around and then like a big 2x4 goes up your ass. It's just like, fucking get it out.
Except you wouldn't want to come out of that tornado. You'd be like, keep going.
Ooh, this is all right.
And then the twister's settling down. She's like, no.
This ain't so bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, because eventually you're coming down.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
it's going to be like,
Remember that movie Sharknado?
Oh, yeah.
oh my God, that was fucking.
They made two of them, didn't they?
Yeah, no, I think 2 or 3. Very
That's
crazy.
So I seen a little bit of the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump today.
How's our
They
boy
debated
doing?
today. Look, man, he's an idiot. He's a fucking banana head, bro. I wish he just spoke a little better, man. Just speak.
What was he saying about the Haitian people? What was he saying about the Haitian people?
Oh, that they eat the dogs and shit. They eat the dogs. They eat
They eat
dogs
the cats.
It was a rumor, like he just says
They eat the
dumb
dogs.
shit,
They eat the cats.
and he just says the same stuff over and over again. But she's not. She is so fake. She's she's like an AI
Generated.
person, right? They come in the debate and she shakes his hand. She goes, Kamala Harris. It's like, bro, shut up, man. We know your name's Kamala Harris. You could have said nice to meet you finally or something.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris. Like, bro, it's so fake. Like, cut and paste what a politician should be. And everything she stood for before she ran, she's against now.
Yeah,
she
out the
was
window.
so far left.
Yeah.
And now her policy, she's like a plant. She's a puppet. They're just here, like,
Here's
do
a
this,
fat
say
salary.
this. Like,
Here's a fat salary.
but, and similarly, related to that, Putin endorsed her, right? But it's so funny, right? This is how much of non-critical thinkers the extreme left-wing people are, right? Putin endorsed Kamala Harris, but he did it so sarcastically with a massive smile on his face. Like, he obviously is not truly endorsing it. He's saying, oh, I'd like Kamala Harris to win. She's got that laugh that's so infectious, and maybe if she's laughing, that means everything's fine with her. So, yeah, I like Kamala Harris to win. And then all the people in the comments, all the like lefties are saying, "Oh my God, it can't be true. Did he really say this? Oh no!" Like, it's so terrible that what he's obviously doing is reverse psychology. He's saying, like, because he knows all the lefties and shit hate him and they don't want him to. So if he says he likes Kamala Harris, it's gonna hurt her chances and maybe push. Like, it's so obvious, you know. But people are so dumb. And then the final thing I have with this American politics shit. Did you see Mark Zuckerberg made a statement saying that during COVID, the Biden administration pressured him and forced him to take down information and shit related to COVID. And he says he regrets it and that he shouldn't have done that. And so it's full like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, all these big tech companies are full doing a 180 and now supporting Trump when back in the past or kind of...
Yeah, because they're being forced.
So exactly, man.
They're being
like,
forced.
It should say something.
And he's all fucking fell for it. That's what's the scary thing. He's all fell for it. That's so concerning.
People
so concerning.
They vote and they have their opinions based on personality. He says stupid shit. Like, he's not the best fucking speaker and doesn't carry himself like a president should, right? But go on policy. They're saying he's going to be a dictator. He's going to do Project 2025. He says all the time he's got nothing to do with Project 2025. And he was already there for 4 years. So why would he become a dictator now? He's already done it for... They're acting like he was never president.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he was already there for 4 years. It was good. No new wars, no nothing. It was good. But anyway, we all fucked.
But one last thing, Kamala, you did see how she went to every different, like she had a different states and her accent. She did the accent. She goes, what she said, yo, we gonna get rights for them. She's literally in the South. Where'd she go?
It's so condescending, man.
Like in a row, they did a snippet, and it's like it's crazy. They literally.
It's so condescending, and it's crazy that people don't see that either. Like the Democrats and the left wing, they have such a superiority complex, and they push this race thing like Latinos and blacks are little babies that have to be cared for, and like we have to protect them. We need to, bro. They're humans like everyone else, bro. Fucking let them make up their own. I got in a little bit of a heated discussion with my boss because my co-workers, no, they're very left leaning.
Oh, they
remind me what left is again. I always
like it. Your values. So basically, you're super democratic. Like you like fucking. What are they like? Like fucking abortion is good. They like drugs. They like fucking transgender shit. All that. No offending anyone type shit. Yeah. And he was saying like, the people that support Republicans, they tend to have low IQs and all this. I'm like, bro, you're saying ridiculous shit. I'm like, this is wild to say. And he's like, oh, Latinos, something about Latinos, and he's like, oh, if you look at the Latinos, they tend to have low IQs. I'm like, bro. He forgot I was Latino, and he like kind of got apologetic afterwards. Like he kind of really remembered, and I'm like, bro,
you're like, vato, I'm loco.
Bro, what you're saying is crazy. But anyway, yeah, it was. But it's interesting.
But there's such blanketed generalizations. It's crazy
they think they're helping the minorities by fucking
trying to tell them what to do.
Like acting so high and mighty above them. Like, bro, just you're pandering to them. It's so condescending.
Those are the guys that are actually racist. They feel so bad for actually being racist. They're like,
literally.
Oh, we need to help them because
Dude, that's just what I was trying to fucking say when we were going through the whole vote yes, vote no bullshit. I don't care what anyone says. The people that were saying vote yes, they're racist. Because they were going, oh, if you vote no, you're racist. You're not letting the Aboriginal speak. Bro, they're fucking humans. They've got their own opinions. You're trying to tell them what they want.
Yeah.
That's, to me, was mind-blowing. I was like, dude, and it's always white people.
Yes.
It's always white motherfuckers who have a roof on their head and a full belly who try to tell everyone else how shit should be. No, bro, don't do that. And that's why I come out so hard, especially on FireCast during all that shit. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. If you're saying that, you're a racist.
Yeah.
What gives you the fucking right? What, because you're fucking white? You're trying to tell other people.
I did do yes.
But there's reasons to do it. Like, it's not. It depends on your reasoning.
But the people that are so
they're so like,
it's like, what are you trying to compensate for? You know,
they're so close-minded too. These lefties, they're so against having a discussion. Like if you
can't talk to them.
If you say, oh, I support Trump, they don't. That's it. You've told them everything they need to know about you. They want nothing to do with you. You're a bigot. You're a racist. You're a loser. And it's like, I love those videos where the guy's dressed in a Mexican outfit and then he goes to the white people. He's like, is this offensive? And they're like, yeah, I think that's terrible, blah, blah, blah. He goes to the Mexicans. They're like, oh, you look great. Oh, this is awesome.
See, that's exactly the point.
Like, it's just so condescending, and it's crazy that people don't see this, man. People aren't free thinkers. Like, use your brain.
I should go to Guzzi's Guzman and Gomez with a poncho with a fucking sombrero and shit.
Mate, guarantee they'll love it.
My boss was saying he was mentioning in his videos he's watched where they go to Trump rallies and they got a microphone and he doesn't pressure them or nothing. He just holds the mic to them and they say ridiculous, crazy shit, stupid shit, right? And I go, yeah, but what about those videos where they go to the universities and they ask, do you like Trump? They're like, no, he's a racist, he's a bigot. And they're like, all right, what's one thing racist? And they never have an answer. They're just listening to what the media is telling them.
One guy was like, are you pro-choice or pro-life? And he's like, pro-choice. And then he's like, yeah, but you don't mind, like, are you for or against? And he's like, oh, I don't. Do you want to make abortions illegal? Illegal? And he's like, no, legal. But he's like, but you're pro-life, so you want people to get. He was mixing up the two.
He didn't understand.
He had no idea.
He said he was pro-life, which meant you can't get an abortion. But then he's like, I don't want to make it. He's like illegal, and it's like, but he's contradicting himself. But like, and then one American guy I've seen, same thing. Those guys are funny. They literally pin it. They put the pressure on them because they know they're going to fold, and they don't say anything. They go, why do you think that? And they're just like, and one guy literally, one fat guy went, He goes, I love Bud Light. He goes, why? He goes, oh, because I hate Bud Light because he's like they're full of queers or whatever. And then he ripped off his shirt and he had freedom on Texter written like freedom across his chest. He's like, America, this is America, and it literally was doing this, and I'm like, this is America in a nutshell. One video, and the guy's looking at his big belly like, why'd you get freedom on you?
There was this video of this guy at a rally. I think he was at a Trump rally. And the cunt was holding the Confederate flag, right? Waving it around.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy goes, what the fuck? The guy goes up to interview him and goes, man, don't you think this kind of racist? He's like, no. He's like, no, really. He's like, I'm proud of my roots. This is where we come from. And the guy's like, so you're telling me, are you against having slaves? And he goes, no comment.
No comment.
The guy goes, dude, I'm going to give you one more chance to reenact your statement. Are you pro or against slavery? And he just goes, no comment. And the guy's following him going, do you know what you're saying right now while he's got the Confederate fucking flag? And I was like, oh
These
my
people
God.
are so
I was
stupid.
like, bro, I was cracking up
Look,
though. I was like,
You go, ready? You go, you got a plane, right? You go left wing or right wing, right? It does this. Eventually, they go so far to either side, they just meet back. They're literally the same, bro. If you're either so far left or so far right, you're just a fucking idiot.
You can't be in between.
You got to be in the middle. Use your brain.
Yeah.
the guy was old as shit
That's
too.
so funny.
An old white
And
guy.
I love how he gave him a second chance and he went, nah.
He still went no comment. Everyone was in the comments.
But that
like,
was
bro.
every.
How stupid.
Yeah, and like no comment, that meant everything. That no comment
You
meant.
know exactly what he's.
Yeah, I know. You might as well comment.
Oh,
You don't want to elaborate a bit.
Oh,
you don't want to be like, I just choose to be sometimes. Like, you
Well-
don't even want to.
what a fucking. what a
America
funny
is
cunt, bro.
crazy.
Hey, the Guinness Book of Records newest talent, David Rush from the US. Most table tennis balls bounced against a wall with the mouth in 30 seconds. At 47 balls. So there's a video. There's literally a video of him doing
I thought you were
this.
going to say like 10,000 or something.
No, he literally. This is what he looks like doing it, right? He looks like he's giving 1,000 gobbies in 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
And he literally, the Guinness Book of Records is ridiculous. You literally could do anything.
Yeah.
First of all, how did he even discover that he could do this? Or how did he discover that that was even a thing to train for, right? And what does the training look like? He's like, like Rocky Balboa, like, but 47 balls in 30 seconds is quite impressive.
That's a lot. I thought you were going to say way more.
If you can come up with something that's never been done before, you can get a world record. Just to come up with the most weird shit.
I'm telling you, boys, we can.
How many loads can you bust in 40 minutes?
We're going to go for the world record of longest pod. I think the record is 12 hours.
No, it's not.
Consecutive
12
hours.
hours? Oh, podcast. Not
Yeah,
live
podcast.
stream.
I reckon we could do it.
12 hours?
You just need 12 topics. You talk about them for an hour each.
Really? I feel like that would
Heaps
be
of,
longer
heaps
than
of
that.
coffees. Wait, let me.
We should do that for a special.
Yeah. A 2-week special.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
12 hours, that's a lot of
Wait,
content.
hold on.
It's longer than that.
There's way longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
The Netherlands breaks record for longest audio only live stream. Oh, they could have faked
That's
this
audio
though.
only.
So audio only, working together, a team of podcast fanatics and experts. They did a podcast marathon recording for a total of 153 hours with no breaks.
So we just got to go 153 in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
How many days is that?
Yeah. What is that in days?
Ask the AI.
Wait, can't you just go like 24 times?
100, was it 153?
No, divided by
153.
divided by 24.
153 hours in days.
It's a whole week almost. It's
Yeah.
6 fucking days.
6 days.
That's cap.
That's impossible.
Audio
bro.
only. They
Yeah.
could have been just switching it
I
off.
reckon
and
if we do 12 hours,
that's a solid.
we do 12 hours, but video and audio.
Yeah.
Well, you see fucking like Kai Cenat and Speed and shit doing them fucking streams. They go for days, bro. Like they stream for days fucking playing Minecraft and shit.
Have you seen that idiot Speed in Thailand or wherever the fuck he was? He's fucking
crashing
getting,
the boats and shit.
fucking getting
What's this?
chased by tigers and falling off elephants. He's a dick.
What's this?
Streamer. He's in Thailand.
He's a
He's just
streamer.
doing fucking crazy shit.
He's in Thailand or something and he's like feeding the tigers and he's going, He's like, give me the food. He's got like a ball or something. He's like, I'm not scared of it. He's like, I'm not scared. He's being a funny cunt. Grabs the ball and like slams the ball down. And obviously like he's spooked the tiger. And the tigers jump out of the bath and start like chasing him. The dickhead starts running. The one thing you're not supposed to do is run from a big cat because they think you're prey. He starts running. This fucking tiger's chasing him. And he's going, help, help, help. He's freaking out. His security are full trying to get him out of the cage and shit. Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's a fucking
idiot.
All you need to do is piss it off once.
But there's a video of him walking. He's live
Or
streaming and
spook it.
walking through Europe, right? He's like going through some town. And obviously because he's famous, people are coming to say hello and shit, right? He's walking and then he just sees like this pit bull thing in the fucking distance. He's like barking at it and shit. And then the pit bull starts chasing him and same thing, he starts running and the dog's chasing this cunt on live stream. And I'm like, bro, this cunt's an idiot.
He's grown on me, bro. He's actually a funny cunt.
He's
bro.
a funny.
Like, yeah.
Oh, imagine
Where's
if
he from?
America.
America, fuck yeah.
He's crazy. I'm pretty sure he's like got ADHD
Yeah,
and shit. Like
he's only
fucking
like, how old is he? He's young. He's only
Yeah,
like 20
something,
22 probably. Yeah. He's a funny cunt.
Do you guys want to see us try to break the podcast record? Let us know. We need multiple guests for that. Everyone coming in and out.
Long
Yeah.
list.
Maybe you can have a little nap. Then I come, get something to eat, chill,
Yeah.
keep going, talk about heaps of shit. I want to try it one day.
When we don't have to go to work,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Did you hear about the Appalachia high school shooting in Georgia?
Oh, yes.
They found out that Colt Gray, the 14-year-old shooter, was relentlessly bullied at school for being gay. The reason we know this is because May last year, the police received the tip that Colt made a threat on Discord to shoot up a middle school. So naturally, when they turned up at the house, they questioned Cole and his father. But his father told the police that he was picked on every day and his classmates would call him gay. He said that bullying got so bad that Cole wanted to move entirely from the school district. But when police told Colin, his dad, what his son had posted on Discord, his father then reassured them that he would be mad as hell if he found out that that were true and that all guns would go away. Despite this, that Christmas, Colin gave Colt an AR-15, which he would then use 9 months later to do the very thing that he threatened to do over a year ago. And that is why his father now is facing 180 years behind bars.
Yeah, good.
And that is the 45th school shooting this year in America. But there had been at least 385 mass shootings this year, meaning on average in the US, there's 1.5 mass shootings every day. Isn't that insane, bro?
Is the kid actually gay though, or no? They're just
Well, I
calling him gay.
That's the most important thing to do.
It's like, but does he suck dick?
Is he
No,
gay
like,
or not?
is
Does he
gay or
suck
no?
dick? If he does, give him life behind
Like
bars.
he's not gay, and then he just gets the shit. saying,
14, man.
Well,
Like,
I mean, if you're that triggered by it, it
gotta be
doesn't
gay,
mean it doesn't mean you're gay. It's just even having to fucking go through it, even if you're not. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I mean that wasn't the takeaway. But
yeah, why are we talking about that?
No, but like you know what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
know what you mean. Like, I mean, it's more of a tragedy if he fucking. I mean, it's a tragedy regardless, right?
School kids are relentless, man. The bullying is a serious fucked up problem, and it comes down to parenting. Parenting and TikTok and all this shit. That's why I've seen they're trying to ban social media for kids. Right? They should.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are upset. But it's part of it. Parenting.
Do you agree
everything.
on the? Would you agree with with Dove? Eventually, are you going to be like one of those parents that are like, you can have this long in the afternoon? Like some people do they have devices where they can cut off their internet.
Yeah, you lock them out and
you
shit,
lock them
yeah.
out, and
Yeah,
you have
definitely.
an hour. You have an hour at the afternoon, and maybe half an hour in the morning or something when they're like kind of. But it is crazy. I seen a thing on the news where people like kids at that age, when you take it away from them, it's the equivalent. They say their brain function of like a withdrawal.
Yeah, they go
or-
nuts.
They
They
go
go
nuts,
nuts.
and it actually triggers the same.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
not good for them.
it's not
Yeah.
good at all.
That's why I support the ban. I think they
Yeah.
should ban kids.
It's
They haven't said what age.
I guess
but
it makes parenting, and you can take to it. Like surely Dove does watch kids watch shit, right? You gotta admit that it does make does it make your job and Rose even momentarily?
Yes,
does it make your job-
way easier.
right?
Way
so you
easier.
can understand when you
I
want to go out
definitely
when you
understand.
want to go out for a meal with friends and this and that, and you just like watch blippy or watch whatever. It's just like this. But at what point, you know what I mean? Do they get too used to it? I think you just got to nip. If you make the rules early, I think that's where it's okay.
You got to pick when to do it. You can't let it babysit them because they will get fucked up.
And would it fuck up their sleep? Would it fuck up their sleeping cycle a little bit? You know what I mean? Maybe trigger parts of the brain because you know for even adults they say you shouldn't really. Even though I break this rule all the time, but they say you should depart from your phone a certain amount of time before bed. I wonder if it's more. Their brains are more malleable at that age. Does it affect them more? You know what I mean?
Definitely. I think so, man. I think minimize the screen time as much as you can. It does help, and it's definitely necessary at certain times for sure. But
especially socially. Like you don't want them to be the only kid for years where everyone's had phones for years and you're like, I send messenger pigeon. You know what I mean?
And people forget this shit's only been around for fucking, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like the COVID vaccines and shit. Like you don't know in the long run the effect that all this technology and shit is having on our brains. We're the guinea pigs, bro.
Yeah.
Never in history of humans have we had this.
And me, with the amount of times I have earbuds in my ears, that's not got to be good for me. Right? But then again, nothing is. Fuck, everything kills you. Fuck me.
Too much of anything's a bad thing.
Right.
You got another one?
I seen now, I'm not too sure if this one's true. SpaceX launches Polaris Dawn Crew.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is the first civilian thing. Is that?
Yeah. Crazy. They're doing a spacewalk.
Yep, they've launched Polaris Dawn, which is a crew of 4 civilians who will aim to conduct the first commercial spacewalk. If successful, Polaris Dawn spaceflight will be the highest any human has flown since NASA's Apollo program, which ended in 1972. So first of all, how do you get 4? They would have done some training leading up, obviously, right? Or are they literally just sitting there going?
They would have known about this for years, about at least a year. And I think pretty sure they're wealthy. If I'm not mistaken,
Of course
I think
they're
they're billionaire.
Who can afford?
But I don't know if they're paid for it or if they're guinea pigs or whatever.
Well,
but
look what happened to the last time a bunch of billionaires tried to go down to the Titanic. The fucking thing imploded.
Yeah, like who are they sending up there first? You know what I mean? Surely it's a chimp, a dog. Actually, not a dog. Maybe a dog if it was on its deathbed.
They did send dogs up there first, actually. Yeah.
That's upsetting,
they
bro.
sent dogs, cats, monkeys. They sent heaps of shit up there.
Yeah, they're monkeys and dogs and shit. They're the most like send a rat or something.
They sent spiders. They sent rats. Too.
I could send spiders. So isn't it funny? You have a hierarchy in your head of what you don't feel sorry for. If I step on a spider, I'm like, whatever. Or like a fucking a rat. I'm like, die.
Yeah, send the rats. Send rats.
Send
up
the
there.
rats.
But they SpaceX is very good though. SpaceX, if you're gonna go trust anyone, it's gonna be SpaceX.
Elon Musk.
Did you see that Boeing launched some astronauts up there and they've been stuck on the ISS for fucking the shuttle broke. They had to come back and they're still up there. It was meant to be like a 90-day mission or something.
Apparently they can't come back to next year. I sent you guys that TikTok where they're fucking doing a live stream or something from there. That's got to be cap,
It's
right?
not.
They're up
It's
there.
not. It's real, man.
How are they live streaming from space?
Well, there's a delay, but they can do it. What do you mean? They did it in fucking 1969 when they went to the fucking moon. They had communication.
Or did they?
Well,
I don't know, man.
I mean, but regardless, they went again later in the 70s and shit. And they can do it. It's real, man. Like, I used to be a non-believer too. Like, I used to think like everything was a conspiracy, but space is definitely real, bro. It's definitely real.
You wouldn't pay me $1 billion to go up there.
How do you think you're getting your fucking internet from your Elon Musk fucking satellite fucking thing, bro?
Yeah, we do it in the comfort of our own home.
Yeah, I'm sitting
around this table right now with you boys, vape in hand.
Yep. Bumblebee ears on.
Whiskey cup empty.
Yep, fucking oath. Fuck that shit.
Did you hear? This is the last one I got. Wrote this down. Elle Macpherson, you hear the drama with this chick, right? So she's an Australian celebrity, right? I don't know. She's a model or something. I don't know much about her at all. But the story is, she went on 60 Minutes and she had breast cancer or whatever, and she's saying she healed herself through non-conventional holistic methods, right? That's it. She went on 60 Minutes telling her story, and people were blowing up and getting angry at her because she's going to stop people from getting chemo. She shouldn't say that. And again, my lefty co-workers were like, I heard them talking about it. I just bit my tongue this time, but they're like, oh, she shouldn't even have a platform. Like, why is she doing it? She's going to stop people. Bro, chemo is terrible for you. All she's doing is telling her story. If it worked for her, good for her. If you can avoid chemo, good. But people are angry that she might stop other people from getting chemo and die. If you're that stupid to base your health and medical decisions on what someone else has said. You're a fucking idiot in the first place. And second of all, if you just strip this platform away from these people, you're taking away free speech. They don't understand that. They don't know this. They think anything that they don't agree with and is bad shouldn't have a platform.
Yeah.
She's literally just saying she helped herself through holistic methods, and people are blowing up saying it's bad. Like, she shouldn't have a platform. She's going to stop people getting chemo. People are going to die because of her.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
you
anyone,
die because of her, you're an idiot.
yeah, I don't think anyone looks better after chemo. You know what I mean? Like,
It's terrible for
that
you.
shit fucking
It's
apparently knocks you the
terrible.
fuck around.
Yeah, because isn't chemo apparently literally killing everything in
Yes.
your body to try to get rid of
Including,
it?
including your good,
Yeah.
like your good immunity.
Yeah, it kills all the good shit in you
So I
too.
just couldn't believe people had a problem with this, and it's like big news, and everyone's angry at her. Like,
And once
what
again,
the hell?
white people who think that they can tell other people what to do. I'm over it.
And you know
I
why
hate it.
they're giving
Like,
you chemo for the dollars, man. They want
Yeah.
everyone to be on chemo for the dollars, and you're just promoting that pharmaceutical message, man. It's crazy. Oh man. Oh, some people.
Did you see one last one? Did you see that Kendrick announced that he's going to be at the Super Bowl halftime
Yeah.
show? And everyone's saying it's ironic because the way he worded it, he said something like, "I'm going to butcher it," but it was like something about one chance. I'm going to fuck it up, but he said something about no round twos or whatever, right? Because Drake was saying, "Oh, we're going to go for round two or whatever," and then like everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to clap back or whatever," and he's like, he's behind the. Do you know the machine that pushes out the NFL ball?
Yeah.
Zoom, zoom. He's saying like the way they shot it. He's standing on the 50 at the 50-yard line because remember how Drake was like drop and give me 50. He's like everyone's breaking it down, being like he's on the 50-yard line. You know, it's like the rap heads just being like he's at the 50-yard line. He's like teaching you, almost teaching Drake the routes on how to get where he is and shit. And it's just funny that he's at the Super Bowl because first person shooter was like. This is the big as the Super Bowl, and he's at the Super Bowl now. Probably going to do Not Like Us at the Super Bowl.
Oh, imagine if he does that.
It's still going, bro, and it's so funny because don't get me wrong, I listened to my first full Drake song the other day,
I still haven't.
and it was the one with 21 Savage. I forgot what one is. How he's like he comes in like slow, and then Young Thug's like comes in, and have you heard it?
The Indian guy version one. What's that song? The Drake version of that. The Big Stepper. Oh,
Hanuman Khan.
Isn't that the Knife Talk? Isn't that with the Drake and 21 Savage?
No, Knife Talk's fucking
Oh no, that was their last song together. I think it's called "It's Up," right? By with Young Thug and 21 Savage. Anyway, I loved 21 Savage's beat. I love 21, bro. It's like about him. He's like, yeah, he looks like his little worm.
He's an idiot.
I love him, but
He's an idiot.
I love him though.
Have you seen his performances at Listen Out and shit? He's
Bro,
like
he-
stumbling around
but
and
he
shit.
goes off in England, bro.
Yeah.
You know Red Rum? Oh, he goes,
Yeah, yeah.
not Red Rum. Yeah. Oh, we knew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew it was Red Rum.
He looks like the cockroach of fucking Men in Black.
He looks like the guy that rocks up at Bad Boys. How he's like Will Smith rocks up and he pretends to be the guy's dating
The dad, yeah.
the daughter. And then
Yes,
he's like,
I know exactly.
Yo,
Reggie,
he goes,
Reggie.
You a ludicrous worm looking motherfucker.
Reggie.
Yeah. Yo, Reggie. Oh man, yeah. But anyway, I listened to my first song. That was being the first song, and I was like, I felt guilty, but in a certain part of the song, I was bopping to it, and I'm like, and then I just went off. I listened to
Yeah.
No Face as well, but I only listened to like the opening, and I was like, it's so weird, bro. I've never had an artist turn me on another artist who I also loved. Like for me, it was top three. I did think Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. I can't even listen to J. Cole the same. He's still one of the greatest.
he's gone for me.
He's still one of
He's
the
gone.
greatest. I can, but the difference is I can appreciate J. Cole still as being one of the greats. Now when I hear Drake's music, it's like I see through the facade that's like been painted because Kendrick literally in Meet the Grahams alone was just an artist of fucking shame, fucking shame, all this shit, bro. How's you at the end of the song going, it changed my whole perception of, and it's nuts. I have never had an artist do that. I just forgot how good Kendrick was, and now he's at the Super Bowl, and I couldn't be fucking happier for that
Drake's
cunt,
a
bro.
weird cunt anyway. Drake's always been a weird, freaky fucking kind of dude.
Yeah.
Suspicious. I've got one
He's
more.
an nympho, hypersexualized, and with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he lived with a beard. What is it?
I only like him on some very little
Melodies.
features.
Yeah,
Like there's some very minimal features like Rico, is he in Rico?
Yeah, he is.
And then I like him on I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Yeah,
That's-
Big Sean.
that's about
Big
it.
Sean bodies that as well.
This is my last one. We'll talk about this for a little bit. Shout out to one of my our best sources, Dylan Page, the homie, coming through with some juice as always. Let's listen to this quickly. This
is wild that no one knows this is happening right now. So China have just hosted 50 leaders from Africa in Beijing. And keep in mind, Africa only has 54 countries. So it's fair to say that China pretty much invited the entire continent, making it one of the largest diplomatic gatherings in years. And for some reason, we're not even really hearing about it. You see, the reason for this is Africa has a huge amount of resources that the rest of the world needs. And for a while now, China have been making huge strides in becoming their best friend. Like, they have been investing staggering amounts of money in Africa's development. But recently, because of China's slowing economy, that funding is kind of staggered a bit. So, classic, sneaky America sees this, and now they've jumped in, and now they want to be best friends with Africa too. So the US starts whacking out their checkbook to counter China's influence because both of them need the resources. Both need it to power this green energy transition. So when China sees, the US trying to sneak in and move in on their best friend, they call a massive summit, and they make one message very clear: choose China. And they did this by promising leaders at the summit more than $50 billion in financial support over the next 3 years alone. The creation of over 1 million jobs, tens of millions in food and military aid, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg of what they promised. Africa is super hot property right now, and let's just hope that all the deals being made are fair. It is wild.
China's so smart, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know
just
what?
to power this AI shit.
America is like Roman Empire. I was talking about this today, and it's going to collapse, and guess who's going to come out on top? China. They're the only society continuously going for fucking thousands of years, and they fucking are going to take over, man. They're so smart. They're so smart. And the fucking Africa, man, so much potential. There's been potential for so long. And what's his name? Gaddafi. Apparently, a lot of the reason why they killed Gaddafi is because he was trying to make a united African currency backed by gold to compete with the US dollar. They killed Gaddafi. That type of shit. I don't know why people haven't been like US or Russia or China haven't earlier been investing in Africa. It's weird because there's so much potential there. Mm-hmm. You look at South Africa and stuff, they are developed
I just
countries.
thought it was the climates were that harsh where it wouldn't be feasible. It'd be very, very hard to kind of like have more resources and stuff out there, or it'd be harder to get to. But I guess like any
Middle
society,
East is worse. The Middle East is probably worse in terms of climate. I think the Middle East is a lot harsher than Africa in terms of heat and desert.
I wonder if it would be. You'd assume it'd be harder to keep up. More costly to keep up in climates like those. I don't know. And also, what are they going to do about if you start, popping up more shit in Africa? How many people are getting their asshole eaten first by a lion in the drive-thru at fucking Krispy Kremes or whatever? You know what I mean? How do you keep that at bay? Is there going to be more culling of lions and wildlife, which would also be sad? It's kind of like but are they just going to make the current communities better, or do they aim to build? Is that what he was saying? They're going to build and make it more populated, urban?
Because Africa's got that much people again. These phones are made from African resources, the cobalt and shit. It's been a thing for fucking ages, but no one, no one seems to fucking care. See, all you white lefties are too busy fucking crying about fucking chemo, but your fucking phones and shit that you're all using and complaining on socials, it's fucking basically slavery. There's little kids doing it for fucking $2 an hour and shit. It's fucked. But we need the resources, but there should be a better way to farm that resource. So I feel like that video was him saying that China is now trying to do that. They're trying to swoop in and be like the best friend Africa never had, which, as always, the US will then catch wind. Russia will then catch wind, and no doubt it's good for Africa because then they give them some fucking money. Let's start building some shit over there. But then, of course, as always, there will always be agendas. The US will try to do it to help them. China will do it to help them. It's not really trying to help Africans or Africa. They're all trying to get a piece of the pie while it's fresh. You know what I mean?
You know what? Black Panther has solidified itself in my head that much where every time I think of Africans doing these deals, I just imagine them going, Wakanda forever, even though it's not even real.
I've said for the longest time, I picture in the near future, next 20 years, Africa being very developed because of the potential that's been there for years. It's a huge continent.
Well, what's their resource? So Dubai, for example,
oil,
right? What's Africa?
Well, they got the cobalt. They got heaps of shit there.
They have heaps of shit.
They got. I'm sure they got minerals. They got all kinds of shit.
Vibranium.
I think
they got vibranium.
I think it's good for wind farming too. So you could put big wind solar farms, solar panel farms. Those solar farms now they get a lot of sun. You could do so much shit in Africa, man.
Tell me if any of you caught that vibranium reference from Black Panther. I don't think anyone. No one caught it here, and I was like, they got vibranium.
I don't watch those.
I don't watch
Okay. It's the shit that like makes powers like Black Panther.
Yeah, Africa, you can literally get uranium, platinum, nickel, cobalt, and just those minerals alone are literally powered for nuclear energy, jewelry, cobalt, your phones, rechargeable batteries, laptops, all that shit. That's just to name like 3 or 4, and there'd be hundreds of different, like diamond, sugar, salt, gold, iron, copper, bauxite,
everything.
silver, petroleum, natural gases, cocoa beans, timber, tropical fruit.
It's
Literally everything. I don't think you didn't name anything.
It's not even just the resources though. Like if they develop and they have much more developed cities, there's billions of people in Africa.
Yeah.
That's people to trade with, people to communicate, make things with, sell
And you
things,
make their
do
life
jobs.
better. You make their life better so they can kind of excel
Jobs and
more.
It's got so much potential. It's like Akon City in Senegal.
Yeah, well, he's because that's what I've researched what Akon's doing lately, like a while back, because I hadn't heard from him in ages. In terms of he didn't stop calling me and texting me and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, he hasn't made a song in ages, and didn't realize that he was literally giving. Not personally, but he was funding. Obviously, he wasn't up there with like a light bulb screwing, but he was getting electricity to these fucking African cities.
He's building a city called Akon City in Senegal. Which
Oh my god, that gets rid of the whole niceties of doing it. That fucking self-centered cunt.
And it's going to be supposedly funded with cryptocurrency called Acoin, right? And
So
guess
full
what?
of himself,
when
bro.
Akon couldn't get enough funds out of stage and stuff, who was investing in it? China. He went to China. He said he went to all these Chinese billionaires and shit for investments. And apparently, though, he's getting a lot of flack because it's like not progressing. And it's like a scam almost. And like,
But
He literally made us a town, Acoin. What is it?
Akon City.
Akon
It's
City.
name
What
of
the fuck?
city. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the renderings and shit, it looks like Wakanda. Like it's all futuristic buildings and supposed to be all this ridiculous shit.
And it's him sitting at the top in a seat, like.
So this cunt's about to rug pull every cunt.
I hope he's
I hope it's
genuine
legit,
because
yeah.
I actually like Akon a lot. I was listening
he's
to his
cool.
songs, bro. Fucking, I'm locked up.
It won't let me
What
out.
a musician,
He
man.
was great.
He's
Oh,
great.
he's so dangerous.
He was-
so
he was great.
dangerous.
Yeah, well, I guess that's it, man. That's it for me.
Yeah, I got nothing else, bro.
You got nothing? Guys, thank you again. Episode 125. We are going strong to finish off the fucking year.
When are we doing this? We got to do this long podcast as well. That'd be cool.
Yes, it's something I've been thinking about for a while, but it's like I said, we need a solid day to do it when no one's busy, and then you probably need the
And
next day off.
I'll get our
So-
manager onto the case in terms of
Yeah, she
the
can
topics,
she can
this
sit
and
off the
that.
side with a laptop,
Yeah.
getting some.
I even said so. I was like, one day, I'm like, when this podcast gets bigger, I'm like, is at some point, like all the great podcasts as well, you have someone off to the side because then it gets rid of the fact that we have to do some of the work as well.
Yeah, the fact
and
checking
Tori is, even my dad was blown away with Tori at family dinner the other night because we were talking about something and
making
because
cups float
she
and
was
shit.
like, she's like, Wingardium Leviosa. She gets up on the phone. We're talking about something. I forget what we're talking about, and she just gets up. What we're talking about, and like my dad's 70, right? So he was blown away that he was blown away about that. He still he still can't get over the QR code at restaurants and shit.
Yeah.
So Tori was literally just like, oh, and she's very good and all over it with like we do it all the time. Like we were talking about we watched the Tattooist of Auschwitz. And after we watched that on Netflix or Stan, whatever it is, we were just researching about like the guy and his missus that escaped this, and we're just going down a rabbit hole, and she's just getting up facts, and I learned more about that with her than I could in a fucking doco. So yeah, I feel like her being that role, like eventually would be hectic. You know what I mean?
That's the best use of your phone, man. Everyone should be doing that.
Yep.
2 seconds to fact check.
Yep, and it'd be good because we can sit here. She's up the side of a laptop, connect the laptop to the TV so we can see the facts and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And she
you know
can
what I'm
she can
saying?
even like chime in, like you just hear her laughs and stuff. I like how you can the producer's like kind of there,
You can hear
but
them.
not. You know what I mean?
Like she can have a microphone set up, but it'll just be like
And I mean, we're
muted.
fucking hilarious, so she'd be cackling.
Oh
herself.
yeah, dude, can me? She'll be like,
Come on, you bring a monk in here, and he'd be like,
yeah, make a monk laugh.
or he'd kill himself. One or the other.
He would kill himself.
He does that Japanese sacrificial. It's like,
You know what I was? I use the AI for the Bing. What is really good for too? Fucking, it just reminded me. Like when I'm watching a show or like I want to remember something that happened, I'll be like, I don't want to read too deep into a show and go through all the Wikipedia and shit. I just ask them like, what happened in episode, like plot summary episode 5 of fucking whatever show, and it will tell you like it's the best, bro. For that shit like that, so I don't have to fucking research and dig through.
True.
It gives you fucking awesome
Yeah,
answers.
you lean heavily into that now, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
you know what I was thinking just before we do get off, right? I was talking to my missus about this, right? Because we've got a small space that we're trying to make work. What do you boys can picture that we can somehow make this more? I think this table might be a bit too big because it's round. The round is what's taken up a lot of space. So I was thinking if I downsized the computer tables so I kept it on just that wall and not across, we could maybe get a square table that comes out. We sit facing each other. So obviously we'd have to change the camera angles. Possibly 2 cameras. So like obviously one camera faces the guys on this side and then one camera faces the other 2. And then we can then save all this space. And then we could then potentially have an offsider here with like a laptop and another littler table. And then we could hook up like a TV, another monitor on that wall that can then, we can use that for like fact checking and
or
shit.
like videos or yeah. That
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause
like, that's what I'm thinking.
We'd have to see it like mapped out because that's hard to picture right now. You're saying.
So I'm saying that would be cleaned up and minimized to that wall.
Yeah.
Move that over. So instead of an L-shaped table, it's just one table, little square one.
Yeah.
I'll make it work. I'll stack my monitors on top of each other to minimize the space. We then sit out here, fuck this table off, upgrade to a rectangle, a square table, but still with the holes and shit in them. It comes out like that. So it's kind of like an L shape again, but instead of that table's an L shape, this one's here, and then that table's like that. So kind of like a T.
Yeah.
And then we podcast one sitting there, one sitting here, table here, mount a TV up on that wall above my monitors.
And then you have one either side of the table, one at the end?
Yeah. So that's the only thing is that
Or 2 on each side if we have a guest.
yeah. So 2 on each side if you have a guest, but then obviously we then need to change the camera angles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Joe Rogan's kind of like that.
Yes. Yeah. So kind of similar to that.
Is that his setup?
Kind of. It's a rectangle
It's
table.
the rectangle
They're both sitting
table.
like this
Oh,
opposite
yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
But except there's going to be 2 on one side, one on the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
We'd have to see it.
I think this table is
It's good,
quite
but it's big. This. Look how much room we sacrifice.
We could just get a saw and cut that end off.
Oh, do a Pac-Man table.
Wah, wah. But this could fucking do
What if we have a
12
guest button?
Burning Man festivals, this thing. How fucking much firewood could you get out of this thing?
Yeah. We could do a project, Joey, where we do Pac-Man it.
Or
and
we
then
do
the
an
guests-
episode where the intro is me on the table like in a wrestling match and you jump like Eddie Guerrero, frog splash, but we take out the legs a little bit, like we unscrew them.
And it- Because if you Pac-Man...
DC's Rey Mysterio. Booyaka, booyaka! 6'1". Oh, he's a Latino as well, but different. Like,
if you Pac-Man, you then can just have a guest who then sits in the wedge.
I don't know, man. We'll have to work this out. But
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea, the thing. But we'll
I'm just trying to think of ways to kind of upgrade a little bit. Then we can have a cool little sign on the wall and shit, like FireCast, fucking pussy. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming a little bit.
yeah. And I've seen people.
let us know.
I've seen people with like, instead of like curtains, you have like timber. It's almost like it's like timber props almost, not like with a base, and then it's just like you got like one color or a few colors. But you know what I mean? I don't know.
Because we've got the thing is, it's so small. That's the hard part. We're working in such a small space.
But I mean, we don't do bad with the small space. It's kind of like DZ with his raps. It's like we've done pretty good with the space.
Oh yeah. We're making it fucking work.
you know
It's
what I
fucking
mean?
Juicy.
But yeah, there's always room to improve, and
I feel like it's the camera angle can change a little bit too.
Yeah.
Get that more professional, like, you know, when people talk, it like switches cameras, but I don't know how.
more work.
That's more editing for fucking me.
Yeah.
It just looks better though.
Yeah.
Most people are listening on Spotify.
And yeah, I know. I was talking about this to Tori as well. we're going through like people's podcasts, right? Like usually it's the ones like fucking Theo on this and that. The camera quality is fucking crazy. This camera quality, when you compare, you can see the difference.
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
But it costs money, right? And
Yeah.
I don't mind like if we pitch into just upgrade whenever you want to upgrade, we'll just fucking do that. You know what I mean?
could even just film them on our fucking phones.
Yeah,
the
the phones
quality
are
on the
crazy.
phone is 4K on your phone. But the
true.
problem is then, how do you get
Sacrifice
a
the phone.
3-hour video from your phone to the computer? Do you even have enough space?
Yeah.
Because I could upload it to Dropbox from my phone, but does my Dropbox can only hold like 2 gig.
Yeah.
So I'd have to pay
Google Drive.
I'd have to pay. I think Google Drive does 15 gigs. So I guess we could use Google Drive.
Yeah.
But then do I have enough space on my phone to
Yeah,
record for
that's the
fucking
problem.
4 hours straight?
You need like a
Probably not.
SD card plug-in and shit.
Because dude,
Yeah, the quality's nuts.
dude, you can. I did not know this. Fun the God, you can record in fucking 4K G, and look at that quality. Like,
yeah, that's nuts.
like look at the quality. So if we just had that, like literally, like mounted. Look at the
Yeah,
quality.
but, you know, I think the front camera's better than the selfie camera, so it'd be better.
So we could, if we just had 2 phones, I can literally, dude, look at the quality, dude.
Bro, what the fuck?
It's nuts. It's 4K. I can have one here, one facing news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The editing is you need an editor. You need to hire a dude to do that. Do the editing.
I can do the editing. It's just how do you get the shit from your phone to there? That's the hard part.
Look it up.
Well, one day Tori will join the crew.
Get Tori to do a map out of small space.
Yeah, because we
Idea
literally,
set
it's
up.
funny you say this because we were literally speaking about this the
Yeah.
other day. So I was like, yeah, it's exciting though because, like I said, the progress we're making now with this and everything else, like it's like with the space we've been given, we've been pretty good. You know what I mean?
fucking oath.
So it's like it's only up from here. You know what I mean? Whatever we change it,
100%.
we can
100%.
we can definitely rearrange this room and like you said, make the most of the space we have.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I personally think though it's,
We should do measurements. So we need to take measurements of like
Measurement
table.
and I'm not gonna lie, I think to start, I need like a whole weekend where I'm not doing nothing. I need to obviously then dismantle all this, take it out, like you said, measurements. I need a square table that we can trial and like it's going to be trial and error. So I'm going to kind of like it will almost be like a 2-day job.
Yeah.
It won't be just take everything out or ready to go. It'd be like, okay, where do we sit?
Well, let me know and I can come. I can come give you a hand, bro.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah,
Because then especially you got these fine looking I always look at these bobbleheads, bro, that you got here. I love them, bro.
But that's why maybe I can move them somewhere like else in the. I don't know. Like it's just
They give the. I like them.
yeah. They're not.
Plus,
they're not moving.
no.
But it's where do I put them? Like in this room. They're not leaving this room.
They can't really They can't really go anywhere else, right?
No, they give me juice.
Yeah.
I talk to them and shit.
No. But I'm saying if you were to rearrange them, they're kind of in where they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm,
think
boys.
about
We'll
it.
think about it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, guys.
We really fucking appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the fucking album. Synergy is almost fucking sold out. Merch store is closed until further notice. So thank you all as always. And boys, we'll see you motherfuckers next week.
Let's go.
Yee.